What's up, guys? Welcome back to game 2 of the Rumi Mage matchup. Little game series we got going on here. We're on the draw. Double Baba Hand is definitely not going to cut it, so we go ahead and shove it back in, and we get a pretty decent hand. We have Double Bottled Life, Ruby Flame Blade, Korkron Vanguard, Seeds of Their Demise, Savagen, and an Avatar. So, pretty decent hand. He leads off here with his deck's best turn 1 play, in my opinion. Well, I don't know. I mean, snatching Magni and into Windspeaker's probably the best versus us because I mean he could go with a Vacus or Vacus, however you want to pronounce it, the Inferno, and deal 4 damage to us. But I don't know. Windspeaker's a lot worse for us. Play a Savage in here, and it's definitely confirmed, folks. I have the worst luck with Savagen. I I'm like 0 and like 80 at this point. Um, Go ahead and play my bottle, and then sadly pass the turn. But now he untaps here, or he readies here, and he makes a play mistake, and he realizes pretty quickly after he makes this play mistake. You're pretty sure if you're watching, you pretty much can guess what the play mistake is, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. He swings with his token and trades with the treant, and he realizes it as soon as he does it. But I mean, definitely the play is you just swing with Nuvu, kill the treant, ready, and then swing with both Nuvu and token into the hero here. So like I said, here he goes trading the token and the treant, and almost immediately he realizes he made a mistake. So I go ahead and take my 2 off the Nuvu. And luckily, he doesn't have a turn 2 playing. A turn 2 bird there, or a sapper, or even just the little 3/2 for 2. It's pretty bad for us, but we draw a Verdant Boon here. We go ahead and crack the bottle, and we pop some bottles, and go ahead and get our 4 dudes with the Verdant Boon. And like I said, by far the MVP of our deck for the majority of the matches. So we get our 4 guys past the turn. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I still really like the Mage deck, but it's just, I mean, you have to have a really good draw and be on the play to beat tokens. It's just, I don't know. I mean, he is making some play mistakes, but um, I don't know. I mean, it's just, this is definitely a favorable matchup for us, in my opinion. So, but he goes ahead and swings at 1, readies, and then he swings at the other, and taking 2 treants out. So, I mean, like I said, Nuvu is pretty devastating versus us. So, yep, there goes a second treant. So good, so good. And he just follows it up. I pretty much go ahead and call it. I mean, it's either going to be a bottled knowledge, but I mean, the way he's playing, I figure he's just going to go ahead and run the Dragonkin out there. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and take my 4. He says thinking, so maybe, I think he could possibly have something else. But, I mean, 3-drop after he traded his guy. Yeah, it's definitely the dragon. There we go, the little Dragonkin. So he plays the 4/1. I go ahead and take it going up to 6, and he just ships his turn. I untap here, and we draw another Flame Blade. At this point, I'll just go ahead and play my seeds, and we go ahead and swing. We swing our tree into the Shadow Drake here. I mean, as much damage. I mean, I contemplated for a second whether or not to assault my hero and just swing the hero in just to keep my allies, but especially since I have flame blades in my hand. I mean, that's what I probably should have done, is just assaulted up, killed the Dragonkin, and then swung in for 4, and then next turn been able to swing in for even more. But playing the bottle, I mean, it's just as good. Play the bottle and get 2 more guys. So, and basically I save 4 damage, because I mean it's getting to the point where he could easily just go play another guy, or go barrage into empower mage into whatever, and basically almost have me dead. So we'll go ahead and crack in and get our 2 points. And then go and chip the turn back. So he untaps, draws, and he plays his 4th resource here. And let's see what he does. I'm getting ready to take my 5 here. Thinking the Empower Mage is coming, so definitely counting on taking my 5, but luckily for us he just Arcane Missiles for 1 to get rid of the Flame Blade. And here we go. Taps 3 and plays the Bottle of Knowledge. Drawing more cards here. Drawing cards. Oh, this deck's always drawing cards. Or rearranging stuff in its library, getting the better cards. So, I mean, you would think, just for the sheer number of cards it gets to draw and how it gets to arrange that, you know, it'd have a better matchup. But, I don't know. I don't know. Still, in my opinion, I think it's definitely a favorable matchup for us. He ditches a Berta and a Seeds there, so Berta's definitely a dead carded for him at this point. So lucky for us, we get a Tolzin, so we'll go ahead and bend this Korkron Vanguard, and just run this Tolzin out there. Tolzin's definitely one of the powerhouses versus him. I mean, granted, he has 4 cards that can just stop him. You know, pretty cold in the tracks. A Polymorph, but I mean, it's without Polymorph, it's definitely rough. So right here, I'm putting him on. If he doesn't have Polymorph, he's about to get hit quite hard. I mean, Tolzin's an 8/8, but I mean, we'll just hero flip next turn and get in some major damage. So pretty much almost. Well, basically, we just win the game almost automatically if he doesn't have an answer for Tolzin. So, let's see what happens. We ship the turn, he plays the Seeds, and that's not Tolzin. I mean, that's not Polymorph, but that's an Empower Mage, so, yeah, we'll go ahead and take our 5, and, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kalen's powerhouse in that deck, but I don't know, it's just nothing compared to Tolzin, especially if he doesn't have an answer, so he's gonna go ahead and pop his delve location. Not location, but his popping his delve quest, and go and check out the top 2. I think he's waiting for me to respond. You guys like, yeah, okay, good. You're good. Go ahead and look at the top 2. Let's see what he does. He actually, I mean, it's pretty late. At the time I'm recording this, I think it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning here. Couldn't really sleep, so I figured we'd get some games in. It actually winds up being a pretty good series. He puts one on the bottom and then keeps it, and then winds up shipping the turn here after Arcaning Missile off one of our tokens. So, I mean, that's, like I said, with the decks that don't have sweepers, have a really hard time dealing with cards like Tolzin. He's just, I mean, he's a powerhouse. I mean, he's just really good. And 4 card, just only having 4 cards pretty just doesn't cut it. So we see a Karn and Plains Watcher. We're just gonna go ahead and flip this simply because our next turn is we're just gonna stash something, flip our hero, get our 3 tokens, play Plains Watcher, and smash with Tolzin and the guys, and that's pretty much game. So, I mean, there's not much left to really discuss at this point, so we'll go ahead and we'll stash our Ruby Flameblade simply because next turn we'll just play a 6/6 Avatar. If magically the game's not over, but the game's over, so we'll go ahead and stash it. Do our hero flip. And get our 3 guys. So, swinging for 12 with swinging with 12 with Tolzin. So beastly. So we're gonna do a 14 here, bring him to 22. Player Plains Watcher. Sit there and remind him that yes, Plains Watcher was reprinted. Yes, here in a little bit, but doing the math, making sure it's 14. and go ahead and swing. There's the question. Yep, he was reprinted. So 12 damage, pretty ridiculous. And 14. Took us a little bit. Would have been nice if we were on the play, but you know, it is what it is. And it's pretty much game next turn, so I mean, there's really not much his deck can do. His deck can't deal 16 points on turn 6, so I mean, we win the game. I mean, he can kill a plane. Kalen's gonna run into the Planeswatcher here, and then he has no way of dealing with Tolzin besides Polymorph, and he just happens to have it. But now he not only his next 2 cards, pretty much he's gonna deal with Planeswatcher Taro here, but I'm pretty sure with 2 cards he's not able to kill off, basically kill off my Treant. So even with that, I mean, we still have Avatar in hand, and the Vanguard. So I mean, it was a good game. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, he started out really good. Not having a turn 2 drop was pretty bad. Better for us. I mean, pretty bad for him. Then he goes trading. Trade. Still a very good card for that deck. Fire 3 for 4. Deal 5. I mean, that's good. That's really good. That'd never be reprinted in Magic. I mean, they've had a couple, but it's just dumb. And there's the GGs. Now we actually play one more, and it winds up being a pretty epic game. Game 3 here. So, and it's basically telling me that the Mage is a little Mage deck is underpowered, but the deck's really good. We just have a really good matchup versus it. So there we go. We're flipping, getting our Avatar. But yeah, definitely check out Game 3 because yeah, it's definitely a really good game, better than both of these. So check it out.